here it comes. Here comes the sun, woman.
Hello friends, this is the Sun Woman. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel this month for your readings for the new moon in Cancer. I want to just take a moment to thank you all for liking, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for the awesome comments. I enjoy interacting with you and responding to questions and comments and feedback that you leave. So thank you so much for being so involved with the channel. And I also want to thank all of you who have requested readings. I've met some wonderful people, and if you are thinking about getting a reading with me and you just want to kind of test the waters, go ahead and try one of my burning question readings where you can get a general overview on your question, and then if you want a more in-depth reading, we have the 60-minute to 90-minute readings that I can do for you, and I tailor those and customize those to your situation, to your question, and to the information that you are hoping to get some clarity with. Okay, so thank you so much. I want to wish a happy Independence Day to everyone in the USA, and for anyone around the world who is enjoying the blessings of freedom or who is called to freedom. Let's make sure that we use our freedom to serve one another in love, okay? Now, this new moon in Cancer is going to be a really great new moon for us because after all of the crazy celestial energy that's been going on with the planets, this is going to be a much quieter time. The new moon falls on the 4th in the sign of Cancer, and it's a very soothing and nurturing sign for the new moon. So it's likely to really stir feelings of calmness and peace for us all. The moon is really at home in the sign of Cancer, so you're going to be feeling a welcome flow of energy, and that's really going to encourage us all to be more gentle and more loving towards ourselves. I think we all really need that, especially with the harsh energy that's been circulating in the universe. That's going to kind of get washed away with the gentle tones of this new moon, and we may find more emotional clarity presenting itself than before in the previous months. Now, the new moon in Cancer is a very emotional sign, very emotional placement, so, you know, some things may come up, some deep things from within may surface, but there's no need for us to do any digging or any analysis, you know, at this time. Instead, let's just let those emotions rise in whatever way they come up, and focus on just loving and accepting ourselves this month, okay? So also we have a lot going on with Mars. Mars has been retrograde since April, and now Mars has moved forward on June 29th, which is wonderful because, you know, during the Mars retrograde phase, we may have been feeling very unmotivated, undirected, you know, or kind of a push and pull, having to take 2 steps forward, 1 step back. We may have been dealing with a lot of delays and setbacks in projects or in trying to move our lives forward. And you may also have been dealing with some anger or resentment from the past, or old wounds, you know, both emotional and physical, presenting themselves, and really on another level kind of uncertain as to, you know, making decisions or what the next move in your life is. Well, on June 29th, Mars went forward, waking up from that sleep, and Mars is about to make its way going direct. And when a planet shifts out of retrograde motion into direct motion, we tend to feel its effects very strongly. So with Mars waking up, it's time for us to start feeling motivated, taking action, creating ambition, and, you know, we're going to be feeling movement in these areas. Now, as Mars picks up speed, we'll see more progress, and Mars is in Scorpio at this time, and then it will be moving into Sagittarius. So wherever these areas are in your chart, you're going to feel more energy, more motivation, you know, in those areas. So definitely, you know, exercise patience things are going to start moving forward, and we'll have that energy behind us to deal not only with the outer world but also with our subconscious. Okay, so it's a powerful moment to let us know that we're on the right track. If a decision has to be made, you may finally get the answer as to which way to turn during this time. Okay, so Mars won't officially return to full speed until August 22nd, but we're definitely going to feel the changing and shifting of the energy between now and then. All right, so let's go ahead and check out the readings for each of the 12 individual signs. Remember, you want to check out your sun, moon, and rising. One message may resonate more than another, and let's just go ahead and see what those messages are for each of us for this new moon cycle in Cancer. Thank you again, and let's go ahead with the individual readings. Hello, my Leos. This new moon in Cancer is going to be highlighting your 12th house. Now, your 12th house is the house of your subconscious. It is the house of your inner fears, your subconscious fears. It is a karmic house. So a lot of the time, what we are afraid of in our lives is a carryover from previous lifetimes. So our goal in this lifetime is to conquer, to work through, and to release those subconscious fears that are not necessarily based on reality in this lifetime, so that we can move forward in truth and in freedom along our spiritual path. Now, the 12th house is also the house of secrets and clandestine things. So if there are clandestine relationships going on in your life, you would find them in this 12th house. The 12th house is a house of institutions, hospitals. It's the psychic house, so there is a lot of intuitive and empathic energy that's found in our 12th house when it's very active. So you may be very sensitive this month to promptings from your higher mind, from your intuition. You may get messages or glimpses, flashes of intuitive information that will help you solve problems or help give you answers that you've been seeking. Okay? The new moon, Mars is going to be highlighting your 4th house in Scorpio as it moves direct, in its forward motion. And that is your house of your family, your home environment. It is the foundation of your chart. So with Mars in the 4th house, there may be a lot of activity, a lot of energy, renewed energy around the home. Perhaps some of you may be looking for a house, looking for a new apartment, searching for roommates. There may be a lot going on with your family this month. There's going to be a lot of energy that can be used for the positive, but also you have to guard against conflict, some argumentativeness from family members. You really want to make sure that you're channeling this energy positively, and that if anyone's in a fighting mood, you kind of figure out a way to sidestep that and not get into things with family members, okay? Because that energy might be there. But it is a good time to be spending time with your family. Some of you may be traveling or, off from work, and you'll be able to focus some dedicated time to re-energizing the family unit. So with the 12th house and the 4th house highlighted, you may be working through some subconscious blocks when it comes to family, when it comes to your family history, or things that have been carried over from your childhood with your, relationship with your parents. The 4th house can represent our relationships with our mothers. So there can be perhaps some concerns or some things going on with a mother figure in your life that you'll be working through during this month of July. So let's go ahead and see what the messages are for Leo for the month of July. What are the messages for Leo? I'm using the Art of Life deck, which I will be reading right side up. Okay. Messages for Leo for this new moon cycle in Cancer. What are some messages for Leo for the new moon cycle in Cancer? For my Leos, Leo the Lion, new moon cycle in Cancer. Okay. All right, so we have in the past the Three of Swords. The recent past is the Three of Swords. Covering you at this time is Temperance. In the near future, we have the Queen of Wands. Crowning, we have the Four of Cups. We have the Three of Pentacles coming up in the area that covers other people, external influences in your life. We have the Sun in your hopes and fears area, beautiful card. And we have the Four of Swords in the potential outcome here for you. At the base of the deck, we have Judgment. All right, so let's just take a look at the cards here, see what we've got going on. Well, you have two major arcana. You have Temperance here, and you have the Sun. You also have the Four of Cups crowning, which is the advice card, and Judgment at the base of the deck. Let's start off with this Three of Swords that's in the recent past. So many of my Leos may have been dealing with some emotional situation that, may have been causing you a little distress in the recent month. There might have been, some emotional scenes or maybe an estrangement. Perhaps there have been some things that you have been, concerned about, some worries perhaps with a loved one. There may have been a separation or a breakup in a relationship, okay? It may be a situation where you have, it's in the past, so it may be something you are coming out of this. The message on this card is difficulties exist to be surmounted. So I feel that you're coming out of this energy right now, moving forward and moving past it. It is still lingering. The energy is still lingering on you. Some of you, and this may only be, a few people or one person here, but you may have in the last month discovered that there was a third party involved in your relationship situation with the Three of Swords here. I can't ignore that potential. So that would definitely be something that may be carrying over that energy of some disillusionment, some pain in relation to perhaps a revelation that was, something that you were not aware was going on and maybe recently found out that this is going on. So now you may be dealing with the fallout or managing the fallout from that revelation. Now, at the base of the deck is the Judgment card, and the Judgment card does talk about revelations, about awakening to something in your life. So again, it may be a realization of where you stand in a relationship, or a realization of where someone else's loyalties or feelings lie in a relationship situation. Covering you right now is Temperance. And, the Temperance card really talks about gaining control of your emotions, staying balanced. Often the Temperance card comes up when we've been through some difficulties or we've gone through an emotional situation and we are regaining our power. We're regaining our energy. We're regaining our balance. We're controlling our emotional reactions to something. We're trying to heal from something, and we're trying to recuperate. There is the balancing of our emotions and our mind. So really regaining control of our emotional self through balancing our thoughts, getting our head back in order, getting our head in shape in order to reconcile with situations that we've been dealing with. Okay, so you may have come to some kind of awakening, understanding, and now you are, you're getting things back on an even keel. You're getting your life back in order, or as I said, trying to deal with whatever conflict may have taken place in dealing with someone in your life, and perhaps choosing to take the high road here in moving forward, choosing to not feed into arguments or dissension or conflict, choosing your mind over matter in this situation. The Queen of Wands, which is coming up in the near future, and this talks about perhaps the next 2 weeks in this new moon cycle. Queen of Wands represents a fire sign, and this could be Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. This is definitely your card, Leo. So, a couple messages here. This could be you. I said taking the high road, and there's no one more noble. There can be no one more forgiving, and no one who can look on the bright side, the sunny side of life faster than my Leos. You are ruled by the sun, and so you have a tremendous amount of energy, vitality, optimism, positive, vibrations that you have at your disposal as a resource. So, within the next 2 weeks, I do feel that you may be, moving past whatever difficulty you've been experiencing, and doing it as your as the best and healthiest expression of your Leo self. Moving on with life, regaining your passion, regaining your balance, looking to the creative side of your life to revitalize your life, looking for inspiration, and, being a positive vibrational force to all of those in your life, especially in your home life, because that is one of the areas that's highlighted with this new moon, and the Mars aspect here moving forward. So I think you're going to be directing your energies very much in that fourth house. I feel that whatever has been holding you back in the last few months, you have worked through it, and you are continually doing the work to get through those difficulties. Now, the 12th house talks about, it does also rule things that we are addicted to, whatever that might be. It could be substance abuse, it could be alcohol, it could be relationships, it could be anything that is, that are unhealthy desires, unhealthy urges or cravings. And so when there's activity in your 12th house, like the new moon is here, this is a period of releasing those things. This is a period of finding that internal strength of character to move past and banish those things, release those things from your life. Now, often we need help with that. So don't be afraid to call upon assistance. There may be someone of a fire sign energy around you who is going to be present in your life, to be supportive of you, to help you work through, any of those any of those obstacles that you may be facing this month that are based on our subconscious promptings, okay? This Queen of Wands is someone who has a lot of strength, male or female. They are very much a leader. They have very strong leadership qualities. They can manage, direct, rule, other people, but benevolently. They have the ability to really be the out front type of person. So I feel that within the next 2 weeks, you're going to find a lot of energy to really push forward with your own objectives and project yourself out into the world in the most positive way. And if you need to clean things up in your 12th house, you're going to have the strength and the vitality to do that. Now, the Four of Cups is crowning. And before I address that, I'm just going to go back to the Judgment card here. Judgment talks about awakening to a new life. Okay, often Judgment talks about you hearing a calling from a higher, hearing a higher calling to move on, to wake up from where you were sleeping, to wake up from something that you need to be reborn from. So definitely a strong, powerful time for a new life, a new impetus in your life, Leo, and we know with a lot of energy moving forward. And keep in mind, next month is your birthday month. So, the end of July, moving into beginning of August is that period of time where the sun is going to be in your first house. It's going to be your birthday time. So it really coincides with the after the 2-week period where you will be able to express that strong, optimistic, energized, vitality that you naturally possess. So definitely this awakening moment. You're coming out of this 12th house energy of kind of being held back, and the next 2 weeks are going to be moving you forward to really rise, which Judgment talks about, rising from, your sleep and rising from the dead, so to speak, and being reborn into this new you. The Four of Cups is crowning. Interesting that the message on this card for this month is when the music changes, so should the dance. So I really feel like my Leos are looking for something new. You're looking for a new creative expression. You may be bored. You may be disillusioned with the past. You may be, some level of disappointment with what's been going on in the last few months in your life, and you're looking for new inspiration. Now, the Four of Cups, traditionally on the traditional Rider-Waite decks, you'll see a person who is sitting under a tree, and they are contemplating 3 cups that are to one side of them, kind of disengaged, a sense of boredom, a sense of detachment, but they are so focused on those 3 cups of what they're so used to and what has come before that they're not able to see this hand that is coming out from the sky with a new cup, with a gift, a blessing being offered. So I feel like, this card is your advice card for this month, Leo, and this is saying be open and be ready for new inspiration to come through to you, okay? So I feel like once you've started releasing whatever's been holding you back, it could be, like I said, it could be an addiction, it could be a relationship, an unhealthy relationship that you're going to be releasing. Something you are cutting ties with. You've cut ties with something, says the Three of Swords, and you are now looking for new inspiration. Look for it and it will present itself, okay? But you have to be ready for it. You have to look up from the 3 cups that you were gazing at or obsessed with. Some of you who may have been in that situation where there were 3 people involved in a relationship that you were in, a third wheel, and you may have walked away from that. You need to turn your gaze and your concentration away from that, perhaps the disappointment or the heartache from that, and set your sights on new blessings, on new beginnings, on someone perhaps that's going to come into your life and offer you a brand new cup of love or brand new inspiration in your life. All right, Leo? Now, the area that rules other people in your life, external influences, well, we have the Three of Pentacles. Interesting to me, you've got a bunch of 3s here. The Three of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, that Four of Cups card. Traditionally, you're gazing at those 3 cups, and that 4th cup is being offered. I feel like for many of you, this situation that you may be involved in has a lot to do with work, and it may have to do with someone that you have been involved with or that you have worked with, in your professional life. We've got wands here and wands, swords, and cups here. So, there may be a professional aspect to this, but I feel like there is new inspiration, and you may be offered some kind of situation or part of the blessing that may be coming through for you through your work, through your whatever area that you exercise your skill in. The Three of Pentacles often talks about money's coming through the work that we do, through our talents, through our gifts. So I feel like there may be an offer that's coming through for you, Leo. Someone who has recognized the good work that you do, someone who has maybe admires your skill, admires your talents, who has been observing you. Often on the traditional decks, the Three of Pentacles indicates someone who is working very hard and who is being watched over or observed by, you know, a master of their craft, or a supervisor, or someone with a higher level on the, you know, on the food chain, on the ladder. So I do feel that it's very potential that you're going to, you know, be offered something, or you know, a new opportunity for you to flex yourself, flex your skill, flex your abilities, flex your talents, maybe coming through for you. So, you know, with the Mars in your 4th house, a lot of this may have to do with conflict around the home, or it may be a you know, a conflict between you wanting to break free from limitations that have been on you to find something new to do, or a new job, a new position, but in some way it may be in conflict with your home environment, with your home situation. Perhaps you are ready to move. Perhaps there's been an offer, or an offer that's going to come through that may require you to change residence, you know, from where you are, and that may cause, you know, some static with family members. You know, there may be a need for, you know, you may have been looking for a new place to live, and that may have been a source of conflict, again, with family members. Know that there is some type of opportunity that's going to come through for you within the next month that is going to, you know, be a good new beginning, and it is going to be as a result of something that you have achieved, and, you know, something that you are being recognized for. So, you know, keep your eyes open for that, and that is also going to be a source of inspiration, I feel. So there's going to be a real need, especially with this Temperance card here, for you to balance things. Balance the desire to break free from whatever limitations you have been experiencing, but also a need to, you know, keep in mind those who are within your inner circle, and try to do things as diplomatically, you know, as possible. Compromise where you can, and definitely play up the benefits that can, you know, be available to your loved ones if you are able to expand your horizons and, you know, increase your self-worth in the world. Okay, now your hopes and fears, well, the Sun is here. This is your ruler, so it's showing up for you, Leo, and the Sun is saying that you really are hoping for some new beginning, for some inspiration, you know, for abundance, for you know, blessings to come through to you. I feel like you are, you know, you're looking for a new beginning. You're looking for blessings on your family, on your children, if you have children. You know, you are looking for an opportunity and hoping for an opportunity to come through for you that maybe you've worked very hard for, and, you know, just something that is going to revitalize your life, and may also have, you know, very strong benefits for you on the financial side, you know, as well as positively affecting the people around you, and your health, your state of mind, your emotional state of mind. You know, you're definitely looking for a new beginning here. And just generally happiness. I think that many of my Leos have been, you know, trying to find the pot at the end of the rainbow, the pot of gold. And, you know, what you must realize is that once we break free of our limitations, once we break free of the fears that we have that may be holding back, you are your own reward, okay? Your gifts, your abilities, your strengths, your talents, you know, have unlimited possibility, unlimited promise. So be ready to make your way, and be ready to open yourself up so that you can make your own good luck here, my Leos, because you are full of a tremendous amount of promise. And the Judgment card is saying that new beginnings are available to you, but you must wake up from whatever has been holding you back, whatever, dissension or tension or emotional conflict that you may have been experiencing. It's time to break free from that, and in doing that, you will find a new surge of energy. Now, the final card here is the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords for me is a card about rest and rejuvenation. So, with the Four of Swords here next to the Sun, many of you may be going on vacation. Maybe many of you may be experiencing, having a staycation where you're staying home, you're relaxing, you are laying out in the sun. Don't forget your sunscreens, okay? You are infusing yourself, rejuvenating your body, your mind, and your spirit. Don't be afraid to take some time off, Leo. Okay, don't be afraid to pull back from the world. This, as I said, is the precursor to your birthday month. The Sun is in Cancer, which is the sign before yours. So, the force is not completely with you at this time. It will be next month, okay? The force is in your subconscious area, so it's time for you to rest, to relax, to review all the things that are going on in your life, spend time with your family, rebalance your life where it has to do with those close to you, release those fears that you may be experiencing so that there's nothing left to hold you back when the Sun is in your first house, and you can move forward with a strong Mars that's moving forward, with a new moon in Leo that's going to take place on August 2nd. This is a time of preparation for you, a time of renewing yourself and getting all your ducks in a row so that you can move forward with strength and vitality when the Sun is in your sign, okay? So let's go ahead and pull a card here for you, Leo, from the Tao Oracle to see what the final message is for you for the month of July through, we're going July 4th through August 2nd. That's the new moon cycle in Cancer. What is the final message here for my Leos? What is the message for Leo for this new moon cycle in Cancer? Message for Leos for the new moon cycle in Cancer. New moon Cancer. What is the message for Leo the Lion? Leos. All right, this card is peeking its way out. All right, this is the number 4 card. This is the card Youthful Folly. So some of the key words on this card are impulsiveness, immaturity, bluffing, ignorance, learning, impatience, reckless behavior. So you know what? This really makes sense to me because I feel that many of you, whatever this Three of Swords energy is that you are coming out of from the previous months, it has been the result of someone in your life who either has been acting very immaturely, who has really created a environment of tension, of stress, of conflict for you. It may be, a family member. It may be, definitely someone within your inner circle. And I feel like whoever it is someone who has been off balance, okay? Now, there may be emotional imbalance there going on. It may be the result of some kind of hormonal situation, or it could be someone who, has been dealing dealing with a health issue, and and when I say health, I'm talking about mental health issue right now, because when I see the person here on the tightrope and they're having a hard time keeping their balance, I do feel that it may be someone you've been dealing with who is off balance, okay? But it looks like you have been doing a great job in trying to deal with this person with patience, with maturity, and as a result of that, I feel that there is going to be a healing situation for you. You're going to be able to be a positive healing force in that person's life because of your, you have the ability to pour a healing balm over that person, okay? Now, very possible that this is someone who has been out of work, or who has been, lost a job, and maybe that this situation is what's thrown them off and had them feeling sorry for themselves. It's possible that this person is going to be finding work this month, and that will help them regain their sense of their self-worth, regain their feeling of being able to contribute to the family circle or the family situation here. So I think there are some really good things coming up for this month. Take the time out, Leo, to relax, to regain your strength, and prepare yourself for the next cycle that's coming in. That's going to be the new moon in Leo. Take the time to rejuvenate yourself, go out in the sun, and let that, warm your body, your heart, your soul, your mind, and, refill those cups that are looking for new energy and new life. Beautiful message here for you, Leo. Thank you so much for tuning in this month. I wish you all good things, love, peace, and joy. And I bid you, as always, namaste.